The story of America is really a story of rugged individualism, self-determination. People come to America and have been coming to America over the last 250 years to achieve their aspirations. And the Latino community has been no different. My parents are from a small town in Mexico, almost village-like, called Garza González, Nuevo León, Mexico. They came to America as farm workers after they married, and they started in the Central Valley of California, where I was a farm worker until I was 19 years of age and got an opportunity to work as a radio dispatcher at the local police department. At 21, I became a police officer and sort of opened my eyes to what was going on in my community and wanted to get more involved. I ran for city council, which opened up more doors, got involved in party politics in the Bush campaign in 2000. During his presidential term, I was appointed to the Department of the Interior. 3 years later, I represent the president, promoting the president's agenda to the Latino community across the country. I wanted to do something that was national in scope, that could create a movement with the Latino community around the concept of really restraining government. One of the things that rubbed me the wrong way about most organizations was that they would come into Latino communities and really impose their agenda and then use Latinos as props, as excuses to advocate for priorities that were not part of our community. I felt that the conversation had to change if we were going to make a difference. People are capable of extraordinary things. Why don't we put our faith in people, in the individual? And so in June of 2011, we launched the Libre initiative from McAllen, Texas. And what makes Libre different is that we hire from the community. We engage within the community. And our advocates and volunteers are from the community. We listen to our community. What are their priorities?
Right there is where Libre began, that very little window. We had 14 people working out of there, that little tiny bit. It was just Daniel talking about this dream.
When you believe in people and their potential, they do amazing things if government would get out of the way.
This pie in the sky idea that this need in the country for an organization that's deeply embedded in the Hispanic community, finding out what needs they have and addressing them. We had initially a three-pronged approach. One was that we need to be a part of the conversation.
Joining me now to discuss is Daniel Garza.
Político conservador, Daniel Garza.
Back with us right now on all of this, we have Daniel Garza.
If we are going to resolve the issue, it needs to be through reasonable, compassionate programs.
Many in the Latino community had not heard about the principles of economic freedom or what our founding principles allowed us to achieve, which was a free society, a free market, a free people, free to express themselves. Second, we knew we needed to be a part of the community, that we would extend a hand and help people overcome barriers about language, getting a high school diploma, learning how to start a business, gaining their citizenship. And third, we needed an army.
The absolute favorite part of my job is working with my community so that they know how important their voice is. Many of us feel like, that's for the special people. They're the ones who make the laws and they make change. Because from the countries that we come from, most of the time that is the case. But here in America, it is different. And the Libre Initiative, we focus on immigration, education, healthcare, and economic freedom. We don't just work on these issues because it's what the big man says we should. We've actually asked our community, what's important to you? What's impacting your life? We believe that you have freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to choose your child's education.
Obviously the question was, will the Latino community respond? Because we're so diverse, right? You have Mexican Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Colombians, Venezuelans. But we found out quickly that they did respond to the message. In fact, we opened up offices in Florida, in Nevada, in Arizona, in Virginia, just across the country.
All right, so here's the parking lot to the new offices. All right, look at this. Fantastic.
Libre believes in people, actually believes in people, period.
We're gonna learn English. Sounds good? The English as a second language class. These are my favorite things to do in the year. I get to spend some of my time after work hours to be able to teach a community how to learn English. You know, success looks different for every single person. What are your dreams and what is your purpose? And then we'll talk about getting there. Dolores! That's your success. That's living to your purpose. And that's being Libre.
In the 50s and 60s, if you were a student of history, what you saw was Latinos doing student walkouts, protests, marches, because they were on the outside looking in. It's all they could do. Today, we are very much an influence on Capitol Hill, in capitals across states in our country. Fighting for those founding American principles has allowed us to have that credibility in the halls of power. I wanted to say a few words, really words of gratitude. The sacrifices that you guys make, taking time off on the weekends, on the weekdays, the real people from the community, who know the community very well, who know what the community is going through. You guys are persuading a lot of folks that their voice does matter, because it does. Thank you so much for the work you do. Critical to a strong America is a strong Latino community, and vice versa. We are interdependent with each other. We need the Latino community to be successful and prosperous. We want to create the kind of environment where all can rise. The Latino community is now on the front lines for the fight for freedom. In Spanish, there's a saying that says, "El que tiene pueblo, tiene poder." He who has community has power. Together, we're unstoppable.